Hi guys, welcome back to Catch Presents, and today we have two of the, well, I suppose it's one artist really, but two boys. We've got the guys together. Here they are, Bonka. So welcome. How are we, guys?
How we doing, Job? What's going on, bro?
Good to be here.
Pretty good.
Here we've
got you guys together in the same spot at the moment, which
Very
is
rare.
Feels
awesome.
very different,
rare.
bro.
Yeah, because you guys,
We've only seen each other a couple of times through COVID.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. It's kind of sucks because we used to see each other like 3 to 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Now I've seen him like
Three times in 7 months.
I know. Hasn't been
Yeah.
bad. Sometimes he gets pretty
Not
fucking
awful.
annoying.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll
Yeah,
go with it.
I suppose. Yeah, you guys would spend heaps of time together, eh? Like
Heaps, bro.
Usually,
Heaps. On
Yeah,
tour
on
every
tour,
day.
It's every minute of literally every day.
yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
yeah. Sounds like you're enjoying the break then.
Break's been good. I think we needed a month to just restart and
Yeah, like a recharge. Like, for example, anything you do, like if you do it a lot, you just like, it sort of just becomes a done thing and it sort of over time becomes underappreciated. So like the time away has been amazing, not only to like focus on like moving forward and into the future and stuff like that, like personal stuff, fitness and health and whatnot, but like also just reinvigorating a love for touring and shows and everything that is this. And it's like, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's like, it's new again, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's it. I really love that video you guys did, and that's why I was like, oh, you guys are in different cities. How are we going to do this podcast?
that was a tough
you know,
one to do. It took like a couple of months to get that in the works. We were just going back and forth, just working out the set list and how we're going to do this. We're like, okay, we can't obviously do a live stream because we're in different cities, different states.
And we want to do something different as well
Yeah.
because like every DJ
Yeah.
and their mates were doing a live stream, just playing on 2 decks just for an hour,
Yeah.
just playing tunes.
So we're like, how can we do something short, sweet, fun, try and do the most amount of songs we can do in 3 to 4 minutes.
like super representative of us as an act as well.
I was going to say that, yeah, because your sets are always, really energetic. Pretty full on. So, it was really, really cool to see you guys, pull that off. I mean,
Took
that
some
just-
serious takes
I was
too.
gonna
I was
say,
like,
it must
okay,
have taken
redo,
hundreds
go
of
again.
takes.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
We were like, hey, we're
Not
fucking
for the
done.
faint
This,
of heart.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fun though. Did really well. Well. Got a really
response,
good
yeah.
feedback. So
Yeah, well, like I said, something different. So it's it's definitely good.
Yeah.
So what about this ISO period? You guys been, you said working on your health and fitness and stuff, so that
Health
you
and
can
fitness
get
has been
smash the touring life once it comes back.
to be honest, I'm kind of done with it. I'm pretty keen to ruin myself again. I'm pretty
Yeah,
keen.
yeah.
Just like, we'll go again, boys.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah.
No, it's been really good. I think all we've been doing is writing just heaps of tunes. Been working heaps more merchandise to release when everything comes back into
Lots
the
of
swing
back end
things.
stuff, just like future planning and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Obviously, working very close with our management, which is Catch, as
Yeah.
it were. Plug that.
Yeah.
But yeah, working very hard on like moving forward while being stagnant, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
putting all the things in motion. So like having releases lined up at the moment, have a bunch in the bag, a couple of things on the burn, and then like doing like back end stuff like branding, things we're planning on doing at our shows, and just like I said, like lots of Skype calls and just spending time like the amount of music and like stuff we're just raring to play is insane. So it's like,
A heap of stuff in the works then. So I'm pretty keen when we have a little break, we can have a little listen to some of those
Of
tunes.
course.
And,
We got literally a brand new set list all
sick.
done.
Yeah.
It's going to
awesome.
be sick.
Yeah, I'm excited for that then.
Yeah.
So I want to know how you guys met. Like, have you guys been friends for ages? Because I met you guys years ago at Family, but you were already a group then, and you said, you
How
were
long's
pretty
it been
fresh,
now?
but yeah, it was.
It's been like
20.
That would have been 5, 6, 7 years ago when I met you.
7 years?
I think.
Yeah.
We met at I was running like this house party business, bro, just around like Brizzy,
Yeah.
Ipswich and stuff. And I know Lockie was around there and he was doing house parties, working for another business, dog. But
Rivals, you had your own
I know. I
territories
was like,
and you were
no,
in
come work for
competition.
me, bro. I'll give you more cash. Give
Yeah.
me $200 cash.
Yeah.
But no, we did a house party again. It was just super fun. Just got super lit.
Yeah.
Did the house party together for like 6 hours. I'm like, this is sick. Let's go get some press shots and let's try and make something out of
Yeah,
this.
literally didn't like never considered DJing in a duo, never considered DJing like outside of anything but a house party. And then, we linked up and we started playing some clubs because Con had some contacts and it sort of just grew really organically from there. Slowly, I'll admit,
Yeah, slowly,
at first,
slowly.
but definitely that was like the start of it was just house parties and your normal like school semi-formal after parties, and footy parties and stuff. It was.
Did a couple of competitions here and there too. That's how we met Mitch. Did a competition at his old nightclub, Club Metro in Ipswich.
Oh,
Shout out Metro.
Yeah, still didn't win. Fucking dog.
Rude.
No, but that's how we met Mitch too, and that's how this whole thing just formed.
Yeah, cool.
That's how Catch formed. Actually, was
out of
from
necessity, really, because like, well, we needed bookings and management. Just at the time, we had a few different bits and pieces going on, and Mitch was like, "Why don't I just look after your bookings in the interim while we're like setting things up, and then I'll be your manager as well." And then as time went on, he took on Benny and had other acts come on, and like has grown significantly, drastically in the years to follow, and it's become like obviously sitting in a fully furnished office now, as opposed to like, I don't know, the back office of a pub.
His couch.
Oh, mate, you've come like a huge way in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Like, you know, especially, you know, I talk about Brisbane all the time and how much talent there is here. And prime example, you two boys just, you know, killing it with all the touring and stuff. Like, where have you guys toured? I know you do Australia.
Well, the first couple of years,
Constantly.
bro, it's like it was the struggle. Hey, like we were getting those red-eye flights on Tiger Air, 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Then like getting like sleeping on random couches, just going,
Dude,
okay,
sleeping on floors, legit, because we burned all our money buying flights to get to play an interstate show or some shit, and they were paying us like nothing, and we're like, fuck
I
it, we just
still
wanna
remember
play.
that time we were in Cronulla, and it was like we had no way of getting home. We had to get this Cronulla train.
Yeah,
and
the
it
red
was
eye on a
this-
Saturday morning.
It was the sussest thing we've ever done. We were wigging hard, but it was like, it's definitely all worth it for what we're doing. All the traveling, the touring overseas, all the gigs around Australia, like it's definitely paid off, and it's.
I suppose to answer your question about like where we've toured. So like we tour pretty much everywhere in Australia. We've played in every state, city, and a lot of rural areas as well.
Yep.
Overseas, we've tackled the Asian market.
You guys tour there heaps.
Heaps, bro, heaps.
Yeah, we
The
love
market there's huge.
Thailand. Actually, we play quite a bit. Played in India, played in New Zealand.
India, that would have been, what was that like?
We're in India. What was it?
India was in October.
October? Really different, bro. But the shows there were some of the best shows we ever played. Mostly uni parties too. Dude.
everyone's keen.
Except you're talking about like a uni party with like 50,000 people. Like
What they say this, they have a uni party somewhere every day in India. They have that many unis, that many people, and that many
it's
parties.
not, you're not talking like playing in a uni bar. It's like a full spec festival setup. Like it's
Full
no
setup.
joke.
Yeah.
And they get the biggest artists from all around the world come through on like a Tuesday, and and you literally you're playing every night of the week. You're over there. So we were there for
2 weeks,
probably 10 days. We banged out like 8 or so shows. It's a tough slog, and it's an interesting part of the world, but it is a whole new world in terms of EDM because it's just an emerging thing over there, and it's going ballistic. So
that's what I was going to ask. Like, how was it? Like the response to the
crazy.
They love
We
it over
played
there?
in when we saw the whole itinerary, and like you guys are going to Nepal for a gig, and we're like,
Nepal's not India, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We're like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, there's clubs there.
Yeah, Nepal's
probably
like where
the
Mount
biggest
Everest
club
is.
we've ever played at, and we were like, the walls are made of gold. Like the owner was a billionaire. We're like, holy crap,
And
bro.
legitimately, it was like when I read it, it was called Lord of the Drinks, and it was in Lord of the Rings writing. I was
really?
Like, oh man, we're gonna be
This is gonna
playing
be
someone's
so- yeah.
shed.
It's going to be so.
No,
real sus.
it was the
huge.
most ridiculously decked out club I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was,
And we were so excited because we were supposed to be going there. The March just went, but because COVID happened, it all just fell through. Like we're supposed to go to Japan, then we're supposed to go to India after that, then we're supposed to have an Australian tour for like 20 shows, and it all just fell through. But we're definitely going back to the Lord of the Drinks, boys.
you.
That place is
was
sick.
So I want to come with
wild.
you for that
It's
one. Jeez, that
wild.
sounds awesome.
Oh,
yeah, that's
God.
mental.
Yeah.
And so then what about, are you looking to, because I know you guys have had some success with songs and stuff like in the States, like on the charts and stuff. So are you just looking to do a bit of that in the future?
Oh, definitely,
Yeah,
bro. Like
yeah.
the last radio record we had, All You Love, it did super well. Actually, I think got 19 on the Billboard charts.
Yeah, the Billboard charts. And it was
in
with an
America.
American group called The Romantic Era anyway. They're wonderful, by the way. But we've had success with Focus, which was with Sydney-based vocalist Bianca.
Yep.
That got to 22 on the Billboard charts. And then the follow-up single, All Your Love, as Connor was saying, that got to 19. So, I mean, ultimately one day playing in the States is sort of like, I believe, the end of your growth as an artist. Yeah. Like once you conquer Europe especially an artist from Australia, you have to conquer Australia, you got to do Asia, and then you've got to break into those very big markets. And once you do, and I think music is probably the key. So we have a bunch of music that we have ready to rock and roll with some big artists that will hopefully make some waves on the Billboard charts in future and in America in general.
Yeah.
Obviously post-COVID, because touring's not really a thing over there at the minute. But the things we have planned, the American and Europe market are promising and, to be honest, very exciting because nothing wrong with what we've been doing, but like in terms of growth as artists, that's like the next step for us, and it's full steam ahead really once it's
I think that's awesome to hear because, you know, so many artists, that's what you want to hear from people, that they've got, you know, oh, I'm not happy where I am, I want to go here and go further. So that's, you know, that's awesome that you guys are looking forwards like that and using this time, you know, properly.
Yeah.
Wisely. So many people aren't. So that's awesome to hear. Yeah. And I think I saw today that you guys might have just got another number one.
Oh, the boys did, boys.
Rage?
The boys did.
Rage.
No, we just had Rage come out, and then after a week, it's hit number one on Beatport on the Electro House chart.
That's
so
sick.
It's we'll definitely be celebrating today if you
can.
And
that's the
mate.
Second number one, hey?
Second, so
back
last
to back,
one, yeah.
Number one.
Back to back. Yes. Switch It was the last one.
Yeah.
And
fun fact about Switch It, the voiceover is actually
this guy.
Yeah.
So you never thought it, but Connor's actually doing vocals on tracks now.
So if you guys need vocals, hit me up, fellas.
Yeah.
It's
classic.
Your boy MC Condor coming in.
God, that'd be a great.
When are you getting up there then, Lucky? You better.
I sound like a frog, so I'm never going to do vocals.
Next song's got a frog sample in it, maybe.
Hard, very hard.
So what about let's talk about your live shows because you know they're so. I mean, for me, I've seen so much footage of you on tour and everything, and the energy and the crowd, and you really sort of engage with everyone. Is this something you guys? Were you always like this when you started playing gigs?
We
and
never
stuff?
were.
Was it
like
something
I
you
remember
developed?
It was the change. I think we were in Adelaide that one time, and you were speaking to TJR.
Yeah.
And we always were just always hands on decks, both of us. And we're like, it was getting too cluttered. Like hands are going everywhere. We were going we wanted to pick different songs. It just wasn't gelling. And then TJR was there and we started speaking to him. He's like, you guys need to have jobs. And he's like, so who's better on the mic? I'm like, I don't know. I'll do it. So I was like, I'll just do it, whatever.
Yeah.
And from there, I trained, I watched every live set from Ultra to Tomorrowland to Coachella, everywhere, and just worked out what to say. I just drank heaps of piss at shows to get confidence too.
Yeah.
And
because that's super hard. Like you see MCs that are like super like vibing with the crowd, and like to do that sober, I've never seen someone do it to the level which Connor does sober because it's tough being that confident in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
And I definitely can't do it. Like if you ever watch me play or you see photos of us playing, I am looking down because I'm fucking terrified.
You're on the decks, yeah.
And it's not that I am quite busy, but at the same time, like that level of confidence and like that ability to perform is like, it's a rare talent. And it's something that Con plays it down like, oh, I just took that job. He's the best at it. And like people like seldom find good MCs. And not even that he's an MC. He's like, can DJ as well as me, if not better. But he just took that role on and made it his own.
Yeah.
And in its own way has made us exponentially better because sets are great, but a performance is what we're about, and how he interacts with the crowd is a massive part of what we do.
Yeah.
And can't give any more props really. It sounds like I'm blowing your horn a bit.
thanks a lot. That was actually really nice.
But that's it, isn't it? Like a lot of stuff you can just learn, like, you know, if you put the work in, like it sounds like you did. You know, you watch all the shows, you look at what others have done, and you get a bit of liquid courage when you first start. And then eventually, like you said, you can do it. You can do it live.
It's still going.
I mean, it's always more fun to have a few beers or something.
Mate, a couple of beers.
Yeah.
A couple 100 beers, boys.
A couple 100 beers.
And so that's something you've worked into all your normal shows and stuff, but you do the Project Bonka as well.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between like a Project Bonka and
Project Bonka is more of just we
sets?
get along, like we interact more with the crowd. So it'd be like we'll go to the show, we'll hang out with all the fans before the show. Everyone gets merchandise when they come.
It's definitely more of a branding exercise. Like everything about the club gets like everything about the show is detailed and specifically like organized by us. So for example, whether it comes down to the drinks that are being on special, the way the decor of the nightclub is set up, the extra speakers, pyro, things that we need, things that we want, like blow up boats, champagne guns, and like all the things that we would do ordinarily. Like for example, we still give them the same, if not a better show, because we take ownership of the club night.
Yeah.
And it reflects very like clearly on our brand. So if people come out to a Project Bonk show, they'll get a great show regardless if they see us at a club, I hope, right? Not to sound like arrogant or anything, but like the Project Bonk show is like a real showcase of how much we love what we do, and we try and get that across to the crowd as best we can through just making the night all about us and what we're about. So
So it's like a club night that you guys have, or an event that you guys put on almost, and it's, it's everything that you guys love and represents you.
Yeah.
Man, those must be pretty fun then, because
Right.
I'm sure it's pretty loose there.
They're sick.
For those
You should
ones.
come to the next one.
Pretty
wild.
Whenever that is.
Yeah.
The best one still to date was at Lockie's mum's house.
Yeah.
My
first one.
lord.
Yeah,
That was,
Why was it the best? What happened there?
Was it-
it's just a
first one.
house party. That's all it is. And whatever happens at a house party is going to be pretty wild. And it was, the worst thing though was we woke up in the morning and his mum's got like this ancient like terracotta warrior.
It's a legit terracotta
Like
warrior.
it's a proper and we woke up and the whole head's been cut off. And we're like,
no.
And these things are priceless.
Yeah.
And mum to this day, God bless her, will never let me live it down.
Yeah.
But in fairness, the house was pretty much in one piece, minus the terracotta warrior. So
Jeez. If anyone's got any terracotta warriors out there,
Yeah, please.
spare.
awesome,
Spare.
awesome
Hit us up,
glue.
let us
awesome
know.
glue, please.
So I want to know about the body armor sort of collab that you guys are doing. I've seen it pop up, but what exactly?
have you tried it?
I haven't actually.
Can we
Have we got any?
Mitch Slop Rock? Can we get some bottles?
Yeah. Sweet.
Here we are. You got one? We have three.
Yeah, we've got 3.
Take one.
You slide it, roll it over. It's pretty
So,
fire.
mate, this is liquid gold right here.
I have heard of them, but I've just never
This is-
tried
It's
them.
a hangover
the
relief
drinking
drink.
man's
Yeah. So-
best friend, and like cannot endorse this stuff. Oh yeah, it says
Just give it a
shake
yeah. You have one. They have it an hour before, bro.
Have
and
it cold.
Yeah.
Game on.
It's
the best.
if you want to, mate, 2 of these and it's
You could probably run through a wall.
yeah.
You'd be fine.
Doesn't taste bad.
You got to skull it, bro. You got to
Doesn't
skull
taste
it.
bad.
Yeah, but it's like a health drink, so it's not going to taste.
But dude, it did
amazing, but
it did
it's
super
fantastic
well. Like
for
we tell everyone all on all our socials, Instagram, Facebook, like these things work, and like
Yeah.
we've never really teamed up with any other teams before because I don't know.
we don't really like align our brand with anyone, and these are the first guy or body armor.
And they came to one about. They actually came to Eaton's Hill, and they're like, "We want
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys to try this. We want you to absolutely torch yourself, and I want to see if you guys wake up with a hangover."
Yeah.
So me and Lockie are like, "Okay, 10 Jaeger bombs, 10 vods, a couple of beers, couple of rosés. Let's get it done."
Yeah.
Woke up, and we were like,
I was Gucci.
Holy
7
shit.
a.m. flight. I was like,
"So yeah."
let's go.
So we're like, we got to do something with these guys,
Yeah, yeah.
and then got the collab going.
So
Made
this is the first run of the collab, but unfortunately, as this goes to air, it is sold out everywhere. But there is a second one coming, so
Yeah.
stay tuned for that. But our if you're watching and you're interested in trying it, you can use.
you can still get it,
Yeah, the Bonka code still works. They'll send you some merch and what have you.
and
But,
15% off.
but the new bottles are coming soon. Same great recipe, just support your boys and all that. But,
Yeah, that's it. That's awesome, man.
good
You guys,
kit.
you
It's
guys
been really good, bro. So yeah, the
yeah.
second one is definitely coming very soon. It's just in the production phase.
Yeah. Yeah,
the
cool.
moment.
Yeah, that stuff's awesome. I've seen so many people, say that it's amazing stuff.
Well, yeah,
so-
it started a lot like that. We used to just post it before shows, and everyone's like, "Does this shit actually work?" It's like, "Is this a gimmick?" I'm like, "No, legit, dude. We don't take a dime." From
I'm pretty
this."
sure Body Armor right now as well. They're doing a money back guarantee. I saw it actually
Can
yesterday.
you imagine a product?
They
that's
said that they
we
go,
guarantee that this will.
If this
you won't
doesn't
get a
work,
hangover.
you'll get your money back.
It's pretty hectic.
So,
And
yeah.
if you're a party man, a man who enjoys a beer, and you don't like hangovers, how is that not the best deal of all?
It's even something good to have daily. Like, I have some of these daily, bro.
Yeah,
Like, they're
really?
it's got
They just
everything.
Is that because you're
shitload
drinking
of
daily?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Is that because that's what's going on?
It's like it's not for vitamins and minerals. I just drink lots of piss.
No,
it's,
it's,
it's good.
No, bro. It's
So let's get back to the music then, because want to drink some beers a bit later and test.
That's my second. So
really? Yeah.
I haven't even opened it. Yeah. Crack on. Sorry.
I'll let everyone know when I'm, in a couple of days on my podcast how it went. So
the verdict.
We'll see how it goes. So working on music in this break, like, let's just go back to that again a little bit. Like, is this a lot of Skype calls and stuff? You guys
heaps of back and forth, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
Always Skype though, never Zoom. I've never understood why people got around Zoom so hard. Skype's been around forever.
It's weird how it went that way, isn't it?
Anyway, not plugging Skype or anything, just in general. But no, we spend a lot of time talking to each other, planning stuff out. I suppose living interstate, as it were, that's all we really can do, because like traveling up here for me, because I'm from Adelaide and Connor's from Brisbane, it was restricted for a while, and then it was a bit of a touch and go for a little bit. But now it's pretty much open slather. I obviously will be coming up here a lot more, and as restrictions ease and things like that, we start playing shows, it'll just return to normal. But making do during this period involved a lot of like calls, Skypes, sometimes just calling just to hear each other's voice.
How you doing?
That sounds weird.
How you doing, man? Wow, like when you
from that, from those Skype calls, a lot of music has come. Like we've just actually yesterday finished a record with Chris Kiss again. So that's just another club record, which is going to be pretty sick.
And you guys have had heaps of support on these tracks. Well, I mean, if your song goes to number one on Beatport, you're going to have a heap of support.
Well, saw yesterday as well. Rage just got supported by Afrojack, Mike Williams, Timmy Trumpet supported it. Showtech supported it.
Yeah.
It's been added to a ton of different Spotify playlists, like Spinning Records, added to their playlist. Revealed Recordings has.
Yeah, nice.
And it's super humbling though, because like the big dudes in the industry, like playing your record, it's like, it's not necessarily recognition just for like your ego, but it's also like what you're doing is being noticed by these like titans of the industry, which is like good for any up and coming producer, especially like ones with aspirations like ours. So.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, that's awesome. I really, really love some of those like Rage, man, that heavy tune, but it's a sick one.
Bangs.
It's a sick one.
Yeah, I was listening to it last night.
I just wish we could like go to a club right now and just, you need to give it that speaker test.
The car speakers just don't do sometimes. You need a big old sub.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. So what about all this fashion you guys have got? Because you're obviously wearing Bonka shirts and stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, you're wearing a Bonka shirt.
Yeah, well, I mean.
This is our main one, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, you both wearing Bonka.
In terms of, it's not really, I mean, I'd like to think it's fashionable, but it is our like merchandise per se.
That's what I was going to say. Like, do you guys sort of brand and come up with all these concepts for the merch yourselves, or is it like a team
kind of
effort?
go back and forth with Mitch, because Mitch is a bit of a
guru.
On the whole merch stuff.
But you guys have a lot of input.
We've been doing it since day dot, bro. We've always just loved having a presence. We've always loved just having a brand. Brand is everything to it. Yeah, it's everything to us. So we've every different year we have a different outfit. So last year we had these full on baseball outfits. We got our own baseball jerseys made. We do bomber jackets every year. We got personal leather jackets made, like handcrafted, hand painted. We do t-shirts just to give out to people. So every nightclub we go to, we give it to a nightclub owner. We give them a cup. We got banger rags for like sweat towels.
It's like the brand itself is like, it's us, but at the same time, everything that we do and how we operate, as well as like the things that we bring in terms of physically and I suppose I wouldn't say spiritually, but just like non-physical things as well. So like we go to clubs, we go to festivals, we make sure the promoters have our merch. We make sure people in the front row all have merch. And it's like the memory of a good night's one thing, but then like, for example, I'd be walking around down in Adelaide and I see a guy wearing a Bonka shirt. I'm like, that's because we played a Project Bonka show and we gave out 100 free shirts. And it's like that dude.
That's expensive.
It's like that dude might not even like, doesn't even remember the night, but the fact he's rolling around in your shirt and it looks good, like you're saying, it's like priceless. And
I dig that one. That's a really cool one.
This is Mitch's genius invention. And hopefully this isn't found by an Adidas person because this is
It's definitely not an Adidas. It's definitely not Adidas. It was original artwork by Mitch.
It's a bootlegged idea, but no, Mitch came up with this one night before a gig and I was like, he's like, do you love like it was originally the Adidas trefoil, but then he was like, came up with this. I'm like, that is brilliant. So we got shirts printed and everyone's got hoodies and everyone's like, That's not Adidas.
Yeah,
it's like that barley speck. You're like,
yeah.
Should get Bonka into Supreme.
Oh, that might be the next run of them, hey?
Yeah, just a little.
Get the Gucci plug, boys.
All right, well,
Put it on the skull.
let's stop talking about these tracks that are unreleased and let's go have a mix. And I want to hear some of this music. So
Done.
let's
Let's
have a
do
break
it.
and we'll come back.
Red
Sick.
hot. Let's do
Sweet.
it.
You. All right, guys, we're back. We just, man, that was really fun. That tune, Escape.
With Reese?
Yeah, with Reese.
Sick record, hey.
Oh, man, that
bangs.
thing's going to, that's going to go off,
It's
man.
fast. It's a bit of a banger. Yeah, we're keen to get that one out. It's going to be fun when we play it on the club for the first time. But
It's a main room killer, that one. It's sick. I really like it.
So how did you guys like work on that one with Reese? Like, was it
doesn't
just like,
live near us again, so back and forth.
the
old Skype
sending
calls
stuff,
again.
yeah.
That's it, bro. It's it was fun working with Reese because he's obviously one of the gods in the banger scene, and we've always looked up to Reese. Like he writes tunes.
Yeah, like when we were starting out, Reese was writing bangers. He's still writing bangers.
Yeah.
And so like to have the opportunity to not only work with him once, we had a record with him come out on Layback Luke's label a little while ago.
Yep.
Called
Mash.
Off the Set. But now we get to do a follow-up with him, which is it goes from like your 128 sort of clubland record to more of the harder like 150 tune. It's sick. I really like it, and I think it's a great follow-up. And yeah, I suppose the opportunity to work with him is just unreal because he's just such a gun. Like he literally is one of the best producers in like our realm by far.
Yeah, definitely. That's so cool too because, you guys have started looking up to someone and now you're just like, same level kind of thing. It's like, hey, what do you reckon about this? Like, it's so good to see you guys, especially from Brisbane. Brisbane's like that city that a bit of a sleeper city and then, I think
People sleep on Brisbane. There is
and then you look, you're like, oh, you boys are killing it. So it's, it's great to see a bit of Brizzy talent getting out there,
Here we are, boys.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about some of the performances. Just watching you guys when you were playing up there and getting into it. What about like Suncorp and stuff? Because I remember seeing you guys.
Suncorp was for me was probably the most nerve-wracking gig we've ever had to play.
Yeah.
Like I remember
It was so different, but so exciting at the same time. Like we've been playing shows for a long time, and obviously that all came about through Nova, and they backed us really hard from our record All Your Love. Like they got national rotation and they got supported. It started on nights, then moved to days, and the opportunity arose to play at Suncorp as a part of their entertainment deal with the Broncos or whatever it was. But
they saw our show we did at Eden Till on New Year's Day. We had Bianca come out. We released a song with her, Focus, and they loved everything we did about the live show at New Year's Day. And they're like, we would love to do this and we would love to get you at the halftime show with the Broncos versus Eels. Yeah. And they're like, let's lock this in. And we were like, how are we going to do this? It's going to be different because she's like, yeah, there's going to be a bit of delay when you play the music and you're going to be on the microphone. And then we had to wear these in-ear headphones, which was really...
Have you ever worn in-ears before?
Never, bro.
Crazy?
And the delay
I sort of loved it though.
It was fun.
It's kind of full.
But when you're trying to get on the microphone and then trying not to swear too because there's kids around, you like put your
little hands up.
Put your tiny hands here.
But it was definitely different, bro. But it was pretty crazy. We had like our own green room in the middle.
It was legit like a footy team's change room. So there's like 6 of us in there. So we had a couple of photographers, Mitch, and then there was just like
the best part is
Benny as well. And then there was like a full like
both teams are on the side of us and they're all coming out to come play the second half of the game. And I'm like just sinking this VOD and then Billy Slater walks past me. And I'm just like, shit, what's up, boys?
What's up, Bill?
Yeah.
But
not the Billy Slater plays for the Eels or the Broncos.
He's a commentator. But but it was fun, bro. It was really crazy. It was crazy. And having people like, there was a lot of people jumping around and stuff. Like I think my whole family went. There was like 20 of them there. But having people to sit down and stare at you and you're just like, this is kind of weird. Like, what do we do? But
because it's not like a normal show where it's everyone's dancing.
No.
Not everyone there wants you to be playing. Like a lot of people are sort of sitting there with their beers. They're like, just put the footy on.
Yeah.
And you're out there.
They're like, where's the classic rock?
We tried.
We got a message from this old like 60-year-old guy on our Facebook page. We made this remix thing of Thunderstruck by AC/DC. And he's like, you shouldn't do that to Thunderstruck.
He was offended.
It's a blasphemy. It's like he ruined AC/DC.
Didn't help we made it like 150 BPM.
Yeah.
Slaps though. Still play it.
Yeah.
Banger.
But it was the most unreal experience, bro. We would love to do it again. Hopefully we get to do it soon when
it would be awesome also to play in like that sort of venue, but for like a festival, like playing a full stadium
shows.
A stadium show. They're like, that's the dream. And like, we're going to get there. But at the same time, it would be sick to like just play end to end full of people. That would be the most unreal thing to experience. Because like festivals are amazing and big shows are awesome.
But arenas
but a proper arena show.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, just different.
That's what you want.
Yeah. How many people? Suncorp's.
Dude, that holds like
50,
40, 45,
40,
50,000.
yeah,
There was
yeah.
easily at probably about 30, 35 definitely there at the time. So
That would have been.
didn't know where to look either. And we had like confetti. It was like this.
And you're around you too.
And you're
yeah.
only facing one side, so you're alienating half the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was definitely awesome.
Yeah, that's sick. And then so you said you got booked off that sort of because of the EH thing, which the New Year's Day.
we went in there and we just had a chat with, I forgot what her name was.
Too many people in the industry to remember, really.
But she loved the record Focus and she put on nighttime rotation on the weekends.
And All Your Love and stuff as well.
Yeah, All Your Love as well. And we just showed her some of our club videos. She's like, oh, so what else? Like, hey, what do you guys do at your shows and stuff? I'm like, oh, we actually just did this show on New Year's Day with the singer for the song Focus, Bianca. And we showed her and she goes, this is actually sick. She goes, I reckon we should incorporate this into the Suncorp Stadium shows.
Yes, sweet.
She had, who'd she have before us play? What was it? Birds of Tokyo, I think played the week before us.
Yeah.
They actually stole our week, which is rude of them. But Lanterns is a great song, but come on, boys. Don't jack my show.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun and it was just epic too. And through the week as well, leading up to the game, they were playing our song 4 to 5 times a day
the amount of messages we were getting
on rotation.
Like, your song's on the radio, and like
I've heard it 3 times today. You're killing it.
It's like actually stop playing your song. It's starting to get in. You know, like those songs you hear over and over. It was literally like that for 1 week, and it was sort of like this was what Ed Sheeran must be like. It must be, except 1,000 times worse.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
Those New Year's Day parties.
Best day of
They look
the
mental.
year.
I've never actually been to one, but like I've seen.
Have you seriously not?
I haven't.
Dude,
Maybe
you gotta
this
come.
year.
You got to come.
I'm
bro.
usually too hungover on New Year's Day. But
Yeah,
maybe now with
Dude,
the
when
body
you're
armor.
there, no, dude, it
I'll get
picks
some
you
body
up,
armor,
bro.
yeah.
It's fucking hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I legitimately had alcohol poisoning last New Year's, and somehow I managed to pull it together for a show and then kick on. But yeah, it was definitely, that show is like one of like my favorite to play. It's one of the best shows in Australia to play, hands down. And like it is like as bad as it is, the rest of the year has to measure up to that as the first day, and you're sort of like, oh.
And it's really where we've grown our fan base from. Like we were always, through the last 5 to 6 years of touring, we've always had massive fan bases in South Australia and New South Wales. And we played a couple of shows here and there in Brisbane, but because we played that scene so many times when we were just up and coming, people are, they're just backing.
The Bonka boys.
It's literally that. People's like, it's
boys.
just the boys. Like, don't worry about it. It'd be like just going to see Res. I'm like, come on, guys, we're
But
really trying to do
because
something here. Like
that Eat Until New Year's Day party is so big, and literally nearly every 18 to 20, between 18 and 22-year-old goes, they're obviously going to see us there playing. And then they watch us and they go, holy fucking shit. That's
But we're sharing stages with like your big acts, right?
Yeah.
And then we like put on a show and we go balls to the wall at our shows. Like a lot of DJs just jump up there and play their sets. Like that's awesome. It's a festival show. Have at it. But like no holds barred. Like for us, like last year, Mitch and Connor came up with the idea of having a drum line come out.
Yeah.
And we have singers and like we do like the proper big festival spec. Like we get guest singers, have the extra pyro, like we drop our whole fee on like extra production. Like I know that's a little unheard of and it's sort of counterintuitive as a touring act. Like this is our livelihood, but like
we obviously do it for the people though too. Like we want to give the people a show.
That's what I mean. It sounds like a show. It's not
we
just
want to give them everything.
And like we get our own dancers, we get extra pyro.
I still remember I went to the pyro shop in Brisbane and they're like, yeah, okay, so we've hooked you guys up. We've got you some pyro. We got you some confetti. We got you some fire. We got some CO2. I'm like, is there any like I kind of want a gun. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, I just want, like, I saw this video from this show at Tomorrowland. I think it was Dimitri Vegas. They had this massive, like, mega
rocket
confetti rocket launcher. And I was like, I want that.
I want
so they're
that.
like, okay, it's going to be pretty dear. And they're like, but we did get 2, actually.
Yeah.
We got like a little pistol. But it was like this massive, mega rocket launcher that shot confetti. Like,
And they're like, well, it'll be there on the day, just a bit of cash. I'm like, all right, we'll make that happen. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just,
the
point was, it's like, it's not a money-making exercise at all, that show. It's literally just a showcase of what we think will make the best show ever each year. And it has to be different, and it has to go up a level. Like, we've played that show 3 years in a row, and each year we just try and top it. So we have to. It's getting to that time. We sort of have to start planning out that show.
It takes a couple of months to plan it. Like that
New
whole
visuals,
drum routine.
It's a lot.
So much to think about. But like, that's so cool that you guys are doing, you know, like I said, it's a show. It's not just the music.
But when you see it all come into
together,
play, and then you see like the team watching it, and they're all watching from the sideline, you see this is what we've been working on for 2 months, and you see it all just come in, everything just fucking works, everything's absolutely banging. We're just
that's what we want. Like, end game is every show. Like, and like, obviously we put a lot of effort into it, and that is resulted in like, obviously, us moving forward through the year with like that, like as like a statement piece, but also like we streamed it as well. You got like 100,000 like people like listen to it. It blew up off that, and obviously like we recorded it, uploaded it to like iTunes, and that went at that podcast. Specifically went number 1. Which is
it actually we're number 1 on the on the iTunes
as a podcast. So like, I'm sure you can appreciate how difficult that is.
Number 1's pretty. There's a lot of in the music category.
Music.
It was up there with like Above and Beyond and Tiesto and stuff, and I was like, this is unreal.
That's sick.
People really seemed to like what we were doing that day.
But from that, like I remember last year we had our show straight up. A couple of months after we played at Eaton Hill, we did a Project Bonka show. And in the space of a couple of weeks, sold out. Like the whole place is sold out. And we always go that it's most probably because the show we did New Year's Day. People loved it that much. They want to relive that experience they had.
Let's go see them again.
Let's go fucking do it again.
And it's great because it was a Project Bonka as well, because they get the full like
same thing.
It's not just a DJ set anymore. Like nothing against clubs just having DJ sets, but it gives us a chance to relive that in a very particular way. And like in the club, obviously there's restrictions in terms of pyro and stuff, but like
in an intimate
we had fireworks
setting,
in there, we had extra speakers, we had the whole box and dice. So it was it's definitely very cool.
Fuck, I can't wait,
I'm keen too now because I haven't even been. So I'm like, I want to go check that one out. So if it's on this year, I'll definitely be there. Maybe I can be one of your backup
dancers. Maybe we do it at Lockie's mum's
Yeah.
house again, break some Terracotta Warriors, boys.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So what about the name Bonka? Where does that come from?
Mate, Bonkers, Dizzy Rascal, greatest tune of all time. That is
great. It is a tune.
It's the best.
Literally a statement piece in every one of our sets. It's the easiest thing to start
It's kind of
with.
weird. So every time I'm on the toilet taking a number 2, I always just play tunes. I always just play tunes, or like I don't know. I watch videos or play music and stuff, and I like always just play my favorites because it's on my playlist. And I just played Bonkers, and then Mum was in the other room, and she's like, because this one we're trying to create the name, and she's like, "What about Bonka? That's pretty cool." And she's like, "Yeah, Bonker or something." I was like, "It's kind of dope," but then we're like, "Okay, add an A to it."
Yeah,
and that's how Mum kind of made up.
So your mum came up with it.
Yeah, when I was taking the turd.
Very wholesome.
Shout out Fiona. She coined the name Bonka, and here we sit.
Yeah. Oh, she's killed it then.
Yeah, I know.
She killed
It's
it.
a good name, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. Like
every
it's iconic.
name's- yeah,
like
It doesn't really matter though. I think when we were saying this, like some of the
It literally doesn't matter what your name is. Like if you're good and you make it cool, like a name becomes like
100%.
Like Skrillex, if he was a loser, that is the wackest name ever.
Yeah.
But because he's trendy and it's like, he's amazing, everyone's like, yeah, that's dope, Skrillex. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Not saying we're Skrillex or anything, and Bonka is definitely not at the level of the Skrillex brand. However, one day it will be.
Yeah,
Mark my words.
I reckon I reckon you'll get there eventually. It's just a lot of work, and you guys are putting in the work. So I'm really excited to see these new, the new shows and what you guys are going to do to take it to that next level. Like,
So keen.
hectic. So what about like you guys? You said you met through house parties and stuff.
Yeah.
So was it how long till you guys met and that? Was it straight away you guys went,
I
let's
think
do a
it was
That was
duo?
the first time we
That
met.
was the first time we actually met.
Yeah. But were you like, oh, let's do a duo? Or
No,
had
it
to
took
meet
like-
each
it
other.
lit- I think it took like a week, bro. And then we're like, let's
Only a
do a
week?
duo.
Yeah.
I think we just caught
Like
up.
I said, I didn't even know duos were a thing.
We caught up one day. We just had a mix. We're like, okay, this is kind of cool. Let's do it again. Caught up for a mix, had another
another
mix.
beer?
And then
Yeah, sweet.
our
Oh,
my
yeah.
mate
Beers
came
all
up.
around.
Yeah, see.
And well, we probably should get some photos. We probably should get some photos going. So I think we're in like Indooroopilly, like in Brisbane. We're
Yeah.
like, let's go to the Indooroopilly Hotel, find a white wall.
Next to that 7-Eleven, there's like an alleyway.
I think it was our first press shots we ever got. And then the white press shots, in the Indooroopilly Hotel toilet.
Yeah.
Legit used on posters for like 2 years. Shout out
Indooroopilly.
Indooroopilly Hotel. Just outside the pokies room.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
The old white wall.
What about when you guys were coming up in Brisbane and stuff? Where were you guys playing and stuff? Because I met you guys at Family. I don't know if you remember when we
We
met
really
at
didn't
Family.
play that. We
I do.
That
played
was super early when you guys had just started get doing stuff.
I think we played a
Where did
couple
you
of gigs like GPO. Thanks, bro.
Played the Port Office Hotel.
Yeah, that was
Porto,
our
man.
first club gig, wasn't
First
it?
club gig.
Man,
Shout
that
out,
Porto, that's
Hotel.
old
It was
school, yeah.
Alex Dunn. I saw
Alex-
him the other week.
Shout out Alex Dunn. Gave us our first gig in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
We didn't really play that many. And then we started doing a residency at Club Metro in Ipswich. And then when Mitch started managing us, he's like, yeah, we got to pull back. And we're like, okay. So it is.
And then he got,
Yeah.
I think when he took Benny on board, he, because Benny, our booking agent / manager / other owner of Catch, he has a really good relationship with Family as the club because he used to play there.
Yeah, that's
So,
how I know Benny.
Yeah, everyone knows Benny from Family, but moving forward, I suppose he got us in terms of being not necessarily a resident, but we played the nights they booked acts.
Yeah.
So we were a resident per se, but we only played the headline nights.
Yeah.
So you'd be playing after the biggest touring acts
Jimmy
or
Trumpet and
before,
stuff
stuff
like
like
that,
that.
yeah.
And that's how we met that's how we got into the quote unquote Brisbane scene. And I suppose, that was probably our residency per se. When we weren't touring and stuff, the only place we'd play was at Family. And then as the years went on, we moved to Eaton's Hill as Family started to decline and change into, I can't even remember what it changed to.
Yeah, I don't even know either.
It's something else. Oh, it went to 8 for a bit, but
Yeah.
Whatever it was. But it was, God, that place was church, the best. I love that place.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
on the main stage there.
Chat rooms, yeah.
That
Pretty mental,
was
eh?
too much.
And we
Too
always
much.
got the 4 a.m. or the 3 a.m. set, 3 till
Yeah.
5. And that
See,
was
and
just
we-
We'd be keen.
you just
as hell,
slay and
so
you
we'd
see
get
all
there
the
at
people on
10
the
a.m.,
dance floor.
10
They're all in
p.m.
pieces. Everyone's just like,
Everyone's mental, yeah.
A lot of familiar faces just at 4 a.m. Just the best time.
Yeah, that's it. The old 4 a.m. Family,
Yeah,
Late
church.
night.
It's Sunday morning. We go to church. That's what
that
it
was
is.
it, yeah. No, that's sick. And so what do we got coming up for you guys? I know we're talking about this stuff, but what's some goals that you guys want to hit? Let's talk about the future. What's some stuff you'd love to do? Would you
We
love to
honestly,
play somewhere or?
honestly, bro, we just want to get back on the road. It's been fun and all, but it's fucking time to go again.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
we're sitting with sick and
In terms of goals, we set out a bunch of goals at the start of this year, which without COVID probably would have been hit and surpassed.
Yeah.
Just how things have played out musically for us and things of that nature. However, they'll probably just get pushed back a year in reality. But in terms of goals, obviously expansion into other markets like your Europes and Americas and stuff like that. Obviously growing as a brand and making sure we keep the things that are important pushing forwards. For example, our shows, our brand, our music, everything just has to be on point so that when the opportunity arises to take that next step, we are more than ready. And when given one opportunity, because sometimes that's all you'll get, we'll smash it to pieces and it'll just be go time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're not worried about when that'll happen. It's just if, probably
We're just going to be,
sat around.
we'll be
If that'll
prepared.
happen, when
Yeah.
it'll happen. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember we said an arena show though. That's something you just want to do. That'd be real fun, right?
I think that's the goal for any musical or performing arts person. But yeah, in terms of just play the biggest festivals in the world and establish ourselves as one of the top acts in the entire world, not just in Australia. Because
that's it. You got to shoot high, hey?
Yeah.
It's no point. No point shooting low, that's for sure. So what about artists or maybe some people you guys want to work with? Is there anyone that you'd love to, like vocalists or
Well, bro, we were really stoked.
or-
Well, actually, we were just working on this other pop record and we've always looked up to this lady. She lives in LA, I'm pretty sure.
every American artist lives
Yeah,
in
yeah,
LA.
yeah. And Vassie, bro.
Yeah.
She hit us up to do a record and we're like, this is pretty
And
dope.
not like genuinely us like creeping her inbox just to try and get a vocal
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
her.
yeah.
She genuinely
She
hit us up.
Yeah.
I
sick.
suppose she saw the response to our records in the Billboard charts and I suppose she wanted to get involved. And we have something in the works which should come out early next year, which will be amazing.
Yeah.
So
that's
She's
sweet.
always been a lady we want to work with and it's finally actually happened.
and in terms of like artists we want to work with, it's not necessarily people like specific people. Like obviously it'd be cool to like have records with the biggest names in the industry, but as long as it's right for our brand and what we produce is quality, it doesn't really matter about the size of the name. Like obviously, I don't know, you end up releasing a track with Tiesto, that's great. It'll get popular. Nothing ever goes bad when you have that, but we're going to keep doing our own thing and it'd be more like poppy records and club focus records and stuff and just keep alternating until something either sticks or our brand grows to a level where whatever we release, it doesn't matter. Like it just will achieve a certain result, whether it be radio play, whether it be like getting thrashed at festivals or clubs and things like that. So, in terms of working with specific people, we don't have any like artists that we're like dying to work with. But as long as they're happy to work with us and we produce something awesome, that's
They're just got to be talented, eh? You just need someone who's good.
Yeah, they got to make
Really?
up for our part, really.
So I've been trying to stick away from this for most of the podcast, but I want to talk about some of like your favorite shows and stuff. Like some of the maybe some of your
No, I don't.
Hey, you guys get to choose. We can't talk about everything on here, but let's go maybe two of your favorite shows, one each.
Con owns both of these stories.
What are you talking about?
I've already created a divide.
I think it's kind of weird, but it's kind of fun.
definitely fun.
We're in Bendigo in
Rural Victoria. Back when
and
Victoria could
it was,
do anything.
About 3-4 years back, and we were just so lit. It was so good. But there was this random guy on the dance floor and he was like in this wheelchair. And we're like, okay, cool. He's like having a good time. He's drinking VOD and we're just like, this is sick.
Not that there's anything wrong with people in
but it was like,
wheelchairs.
we're just partying.
Really
we're
is.
like,
If
yeah,
anything,
come
it's
up, bro.
better.
It was
I
like,
think that's even-
If you get into a
encourage
club
it.
and you want to party in a wheelchair, get him up the front. Put
he
him on
was.
some
He came
him
up
on
the front. We'll
stage.
feed him VODs. Like he was loving it. But he just, I don't know why, but he had a prosthetic leg and he took his leg off and he got the drink that we gave him and he like poured the drink in his prosthetic leg.
I can see
you
where
know
this
where
goes.
this is going.
Because that's
And I was like, this would be, and me being drunk as fuck, I was like, this would be the most epic thing for content on Facebook and Instagram, which we never posted because Mitch would let us. But it was, I just got, dude, it was so we literally grabbed, it makes me yak. And we got the leg and everyone, we've like kind of like filtered the music out and everyone's just looking at me and they're like, leggy.
Do a leggy.
And I've just got this leg with this Van shoe on the end, this Van shoe. I'm just like sculling from this prosthetic leg. And everyone's like, that is the most disgusting, most lit thing
because, like,
we've
you're-
ever seen. And I was like, I didn't even think. I was like, this is the most fucking disgusting
legit,
thing
like
ever.
a sweat cup. It's the grossest shit ever.
Just a thick vodka raspberry, boys.
Oh, that's hectic.
But the worst thing though,
do you have
we
that
came-
footage somewhere, even though you didn't release it? Do you
100%.
It's
still have
definitely
it?
somewhere. It's
No,
definitely
I know
somewhere.
exactly who's got it.
I want to see that
But
one.
the
Sam.
worst thing, bro, we came back like 6 months later for another show and he rocks up again and he takes off his leg again. I'm like, bro, we're not doing this again. That's a one-off thing.
That's a
So
one-time thing.
I can still taste
Oh
it.
God. It was that's my favorite show. That was definitely the craziest
that's
thing I've ever
crazy.
done. That was pretty wild.
I've
Well,
never heard. Never
in
heard of a leggy.
Yeah, in terms of
Leggy, bro, first one. There it is. No shoeies around here,
Coined
boys.
it.
In terms of show, mine's never disgusting or gross. I suppose what I get out of shows is like good, exciting shows. I know it's less exciting, but like, and we touched on it earlier, like Eaton's Hill, like New Year's Day Festival. It's got to be one of my favorite things or favorite events to play, and not just because it's a big festival stage, not just because all the bells and whistles and everything we put into it. It's the best way to start the year. We're at home. We have the whole crew. And
we're going to show people what we do properly.
Yeah,
like,
like I said, it's just a chance to showcase what we're about and
Perfect
what we're
word.
pushing.
It's a showcase.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what we're about. This is what we do. Yeah.
And
because there's a lot of different places
we
we go to. Like we go to rural towns, and sometimes obviously the setups aren't going to be as good as playing on a main stage of the festival. But when we get all the equipment, everything we actually need, it's showtime. We obviously are going to put on everything we do.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Although I do actually have one story that it's got nothing to do with us, actually. Nothing to do with us at all. It's got to do with the promoter. We were playing a show in India.
So this is the India.
I know where it's going.
So this is back to that India tour you were talking about?
This is the one we had in October, and I don't actually. God, where were we playing?
I don't know.
No. What was it called?
I don't know.
It legit, it was an Egyptian themed restaurant / nightclub. Like we went there and had dinner before we played, right?
Man.
And I was like, so it was butter chicken, naturally, garlic naan, fantastic.
No, so you rock up and they're like setting up the decks, and they're like, usually when you set up decks, it's going to be a proper table, like it's going to be sturdy,
And we're talking
safe. And then they're setting it up and they're putting like bricks like under to make it Lockie's height. Because Lockie's really tall.
This is dead set like a knee-high
6'10".
table.
Yeah.
Knee-high tables. So they're stacking bricks. And I'm like, no good. Anyway, so it's not even one table either. It's two tables end to end on like 4 or 5 bricks, and then they have one brick, so they start like stacking.
But they weren't like straight, they were like all curved. So it was like playing Jenga, bro. Like shit's going to fall off.
It was too much. Anyway, so we get to the club and the promoter, as it were, was like, oh, like I can drink, like whatever. And like, don't get me wrong, like promoters can drink, people who run clubs, yeah, sure. But like Connor's a different beast when it comes to smash and piss. It's like a real thing. Like a lot of people think they can do it, but when you like really drink with Connor, it's like I can't do it. Like,
yes, you can. Yes, you can. He's not trying to shoot himself.
So I always want to ask the question about, who's the more sensible one, but or who's the loose and sensible one? We've already answered that.
Yeah. So going back to it, this guy was like, I can outdrink Connor. I'm like, yeah, fucking have at it, bro. I'm not going to try and stop it. Like, go for it.
I'm not going to challenge for the title.
He's got the belt, so you can have it if you want. But
got the leg.
Anyway,
got the leg, boys.
Anyway, so your standard bottle of vodka, bottle of Jaeger, and it's just Jaeger bombs, and then it's just drinks, Jaeger. Anyway, so this bloke, he's got his sea legs on about half an hour into the night, and he's pissed idiot. Anyway, so we go play. We're like, all right, you just sit down here. Probably someone bring him some naan bread or something. He needs to sober up, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so mid-set, he comes over holding a bottle of like Jack Daniels like a fucking pirate. And he's like, yeah, fucking grabs the mic and shit and starts yelling all this nonsense.
But at the time, Lockie's like trying to DJ and the table's already wobbly as it is. And then he's like coming over going, you need to play this and all this shit. And then he kicks the table and the whole table falls.
But the best part is the music actually doesn't stop. So the CDJs, so we're talking CDJs on the floor, upside down.
And it's still going.
And Lockie's like, he's a perfectionist. If he doesn't have 4 decks that are perfectly working, he's going to fucking flip it. Yeah. And these decks are already fucked as is. And he's got 1 deck that's on the table. And he's looking at me going, you fucking need to do something here. And I'm like, I'm lit too, bro. I'm drinking Jack Daniels. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I'll have a swig. That's what I'll do.
So this army of like helpers come from side stage, and they're legitimately holding
decks, not the table. They're just holding CDJs like this, and Lockie's mixing
while they're trying to like restack this Jenga like thing, and like we have 6 or 7 dudes around me holding the decks, and I'm mixing. I'm dead set mixing on this shit, and I'm like, Or like, I can get him to raise it up. So like, bring that shit up a little bit. Like, come
Raise
on.
it up a bit higher,
Anyway,
boys.
so for about 5 or 6 minutes, we're playing to a full club, and I have human DJ tables, which is
Straight up, set was lit though.
The promoter was sick, and then the promoter was. I think he passed out, like over in the booth, off to the side of the stage.
Yeah.
They just like sort of carried him over, put him down, and just head back. He's like, but
That's a great story. I forgot about that one. That was
not to rip on the promoter or anything. Like,
dude, it's fine.
Obviously, you forgot about it. You were in a battle.
It's fine.
Yeah, no,
Everyone
like,
gets
not
that.
to take anything away from him. He just took the bull by the horns and he just came off second best. He just wearing red that day, but definitely like. Yeah, a lot of people, especially on the road, like they fancy themselves a bit of a chance to, I don't know, outdrink Con, and I'm like, good luck, fellas. I'm not, I've done this for long enough to know when I'm beat, so I'm good.
Oh, unreal.
Is there any footage of that? People holding the decks?
Hell yeah, there is.
I don't know. Maybe CCTV camera.
That sounds hilarious. I'd love to just see like people holding the decks while you're DJing. Like that's.
It was wild though. You couldn't even see Lachlan. You had people around him just holding like.
Well, you could see me over the top of these people because they're like this tall.
Yeah.
Oh, unreal.
Awesome, boys. Well, I think we've got to wrap it up. So let's.
Mate, thank you so much for having us
socials
today.
And stuff. Obviously, everyone's going to be watching on this Bonka. It's so hard to miss you, boys.
Facebook, Instagram, you know the drill. Everywhere.
Can't wait to so good to catch up with you again.
I know.
Like I said, I think the first time we met was probably family ages ago, and I probably haven't actually caught up with you guys since. Like, maybe seen you in passing. Hey man, how you going? So really great to see you guys, and I'm excited to let everyone else know and hear this music you guys are working on. That's going to come out soon.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
And then that touring life, and then New Year's Day.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys there,
mate. See you go with that body armor. See how you go.
I'll have to get on that code. Hopefully they've got more in by then.
Mate, 15% off.
All right, cheers, boys. Cheers, a little cheers for the end.
Oh, here we are. Done.
Awesome.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks for coming in again, guys. Really great to see you and talk to you and find out everything that's going on about you, guys. Make sure you check out the next episode of Catch. We've got some amazing artists. But thank you to Bonka for coming in, and can't wait to see you guys next time for the next episode.